thank you for joining me for the Pleiadian Gateway Special. So some of you might know that we're actually going through this time now that's called the Pleiadian Gateway. And this happens every year when the sun is in the galactic degrees of Taurus and of Scorpio. So the sun is in Taurus right now, and when it's in the higher degrees of Taurus, then you know there's an alignment of the Earth that happens with the Pleiades constellation. Because the Pleiades constellation, it lies in that area of, you know, Scorpio, Taurus. It's related to that. And so what happens is that we have an access to these galactic codes, you know, not only Pleiadian codes, but also Pleiadian ones if, you know, you're working with the Pleiadians and you have that star lineage. But aside from that, you know, just for all humans, just in general, these galactic codes can come through in a way that is more free and, you know, just like more easily accessible. So that's what I'm going to be speaking about in this video, you know, exactly what is happening at this time, because every time it's different, it activates something different. So if you would like to hear that, then, you know, you can subscribe to this channel if you would like to receive more videos like this one. Please like this video and comment below with any comments, you know, if you think that you're resonating with whatever you hear today. I would love to know. So now let's move into what I want to share with you about what's occurring now. And I have written out, I think, 3 or 4 points that are the main points for this video, and more or less, you know, all of them are very similar. Like they point to the same vibration that we're activating, and, you know, we'll get into more of that. But I'm going to begin this video with a vision that I had about the New Earth, you know, and this was shown to me about like maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And it was really, really powerful when it happened. It was more than just a vision. It was just a whole body experience, you know. I think I don't remember what I was doing. I was lying down or sitting, and it just sort of took over. And this is how it happens, you know. Or sometimes I'll be feeling, you know, this activation coming, and then I will feel a need to stop to, you know, find a space to either sit, lie down, whatever I want to do, so that it can occur through the body. And as I'm explaining this vision, you know, you might think that, wow, it sounds so much like, you know, Star Wars or this fantastical thing, and you don't resonate with it. But think of it more like a metaphor, you know, if you can't relate to it. That's the best I can offer you. I mean, it's not for everybody, obviously, this video and these subjects. But basically, you know, when we're shown these visions, it's speaking to what's happening at a consciousness level, what's happening at a higher, you know, energetic level as well. So the vision that I was shown was of Mothership Earth fully landing, and Mothership, like the New Earth, you know, and what I was shown was that it was like almost like a spaceship, you know, like those movies. I don't remember what they're called. Like, I saw them when I was really young. These movies which had like these huge spaceships, you know, these motherships, and there were like aliens living inside of them, and there was like a whole city colony, you know, like a whole world essentially inside those ships. But that's kind of a little bit how I saw it, except that it wasn't this dark thing, you know. Usually these movies, alien movies, have this dark connotation. But that's how I felt it, you know, that this Mothership Earth was there, and it was crashing into our third dimensional Earth. And it was crashing at an angle. So it's kind of like, you know, this is the third dimensional Earth, and it's not exactly like perpendicular, or it's at an angle. And perhaps that is because, you know, the third dimensional Earth, the way that it rotates and its movements are more linear, because it's, you know, third dimensional. Like we experience it, at least the way we experience it is in a third dimensional way. But this New Earth, which has to do with, you know, the fifth dimensional frequency, is kind of moves in a different way, has its own way of it doesn't have to work within linear time, and, you know, the movements and everything don't have to be linear, the angles and all of that. So that's kind of like how I felt it. And it was like, and it was kind of crushing the earth. There were things that were on the earth that were being crushed by it, and that had to do with old structures dying. It's crushing the old structures and it doesn't mean that people are people are passing away, as we're seeing, but also old structures are passing away. But this is nothing shocking or to be scared of. It's not like an evil omen or anything like that. It just means that those things that no longer resonate with the new, they're still based in the old that doesn't exist anymore, because that old earth does not exist anymore. And that's what this was symbolizing, that it's now entering the 3D reality as well, which is what we're seeing, in the world now. I've been speaking about it in my latest video, so you can watch those if you want to know more. But in this vision, it was very clear that it's kind of like crushing, and it's like taking the place of the old earth. So essentially, like, it's anything that is of the old is being completely crushed. And the reason is that the new is already here, and it's landed at a very physical level as well. But there's still this blend that takes place. So that means that it's not available to everyone. Like I said, those who are still choosing very, very old timelines, doing things that are not harmonious with new ways of living, with the flourishing of life. They have to leave. And it's not like anybody's forcing them. At a soul level, they're choosing that. They want to experience another reality. They want to have certain experiences, and they want to create in a certain way. So obviously then they need to be in a dimension that can serve them, because they are co-creators with God, with Source. So they're given that. It's allowed to them. At our level, we might be seeing it as something sad, as people passing, or these old structures dying, like we're losing our job or we're losing something. But it's again, the herald of something new. We just have to kind of see it for what it is, which is what aligns us with the new. So anyway, that was the vision, that it's crushing old structures. And I'm just looking at my notebook here, so that I don't miss any points. The structures of the new Mothership Earth are sort of complete, and then I saw myself entering this place. So it was kind of like you live on third dimensional Earth, yes, but now it's kind of like more of a reality of being within that spaceship. So it's there, it's on Earth, you can enter it whenever you want, and you kind of are in it all the time. But you can also experience that third dimensional reality. But as you have known, you might have heard before people say, be of the live in the world but don't be of it. Live in the third dimension but don't be of it. That's changing a little bit now, in the sense that you're still living in the third dimension, but the reality you'll be experiencing will be more of fifth dimensional and higher. And this wasn't really the case before. Like, we were maybe experiencing it, it depends on our individual levels of what we activated in our self-mastery. We were experiencing, high levels in our body. But there were still many things in the physical that, we thought weren't lining up with how we are, what we feel inside, and what we're able to even create at a personal level. But now, because that merge has taken place physically too, you're seeing it in the collective too. Old structures crushed, just like this vision. And kind of like, if you think of it this way, the new Mothership Earth is here, you're in it. So that means that, think of it, like if you're living in a new place, in like a new mothership, rather than the old one, then there's going to be new things there, that you can do, you can explore. Like, there's new, I saw it as different stations that we have, like inside a spaceship, there's somebody operating the system, there's like, it's a huge thing, so there's so many different things, so many different departments. There's going to be people at the gate that allow you to enter, that are in charge of that. There's going to be people, for how it runs, and just so many different things. So kind of like I entered the ship, and I was like wondering which is my place, and I felt right at home immediately, but I was like wondering where am I to be seated, like what is my place here exactly. And then I got the essentially asking what is my role here, and it's like, I got the sense that that don't keep asking what your role is. You're ready, like you know what your role is. Just go take it up. And so that's the message for all of us, that you can experience whatever you want. It's actually now here, and the next few points that I'm speaking about will be about this, how things are just very readily here now. And so we have no excuse, like we have to take our roles. Like if you're wondering, what is my purpose, what do I do, I know that things have shifted, I can't align with the old anymore, what do I do? So don't ask these questions. When we ask ourselves questions like I don't know, then that's what we create, because you are the creator now, and now more than ever you have become, you're able to create like this. There isn't that much of a gap anymore between what you're thinking and what you're creating, or not thinking with the mind as such, but more like the feeling realms. But if your whole consciousness is about what do I do, you keep yourself in that state, whereas everything is available to you, whatever you want. So work with desire. What is your desire? Work with the essence of that desire. If your desire, look at the quality that you desire, rather than should I get this kind of a job, should I live here. Look at the quality, the essence of what your desire is, and allow that quality to be created. So bask in that quality within, and the physicalities of it would line up on their own without you even needing to know the details. So this is the best I can tell you, in a short way. But if you really feel into that, we work with the essences. When we work from inside out, it's working with a feeling or an essence. And when you just know yourself as that essence, whatever it is, empowerment, freedom, abundance, love, it's created in the external. So you just have to know yourself as that. So if you're wondering what your purpose is, just go within, because that's the mind. That means we're too much in the mind, and we're going to have this energy a bit now, because lots of planets are in Gemini at this time, for the next few weeks, especially. So whenever you feel that, it's good. The mind can be great for certain things. For example, like once you calm down, you come into the heart, and you feel into that essence. What exactly is it that's activating? What is this desire that's coming through? You allow that to flourish in the body, and then that feels more complete. That becomes like this knowing. Then the mind can come into play, and it can do genius things, because it's like you have that inspiration from within, and then the mind, with the mind, of course, then we make that happen as well. So that's the right way to use the mind. The mind is a brilliant thing. But get out of those, constantly questioning, when is love going to come into my life? When is money going to come into my life? What is my purpose? It's here, it's now. You choose it. What is it that you desire? It's here now, in this very moment. There's nothing you need that's extra. You don't need any more money. You don't need any more resources. Nothing. It's here. Just know it. Look around you, and feel into what you already have. If you really go back, all those times that you needed anything, and you were just worried, is this going to happen? Am I going to get this job? Am I going to get money? I'm running out, whatever. And we keep ourselves in this lower state of worry. If you go back, it was always okay, wasn't it? It turned out okay. Things turned out just fine. So that is what it is. Things are always just fine. That's the truth of life. I'm sorry for the slight noise that's happening. I don't know what it is exactly. But things are always fine. Things are always perfect. And when we tap into that truth within our bodies, it shows up in our external. We start seeing it in the external. It's just seamless. It's graceful. Okay, so without making this video too long, let's move on to the next. So what's your role here? Don't keep asking. You already know. So leaving behind I've written here, we're leaving behind people who don't want to enter this new world. That doesn't mean, don't think of it as anything drastic, that they'll just leave your life or in some way. No, you can exist with them, but you might feel more detachment, or there'll be less engagement in whatever your new plans are, what your new desires are. So the relationship might change, you know, at a deeper level. So if they are not choosing this new way of being. Okay, so then another thing is that if you find yourself falling in and out of this new earth, when I say this new earth or mothership, I just mean the vibration of it mainly. You know, if you feel that you don't have this magical world in front of you now, that where you can just create, where you know, what you feel is there, and you have all the resources, everything just shows up, you know, you don't even know how, but it's there, it just kind of comes. It's like one minute we have a desire, or we have, oh, I really want this, and then you kind of just, you know it, you know, you feel good that, oh, okay, I'm working with this essence, and then you kind of go about your day, you forget about it, there's not this attachment and holding on, will I get it, what is it, how, but you let it go, and then things suddenly line up, and you're like, oh, you know, there it is, I get the resources in order to buy that course, or I get resources in order to, you know, whatever I wanted, or somebody mentioned something and it's the exact solution to what you needed, you know. So that's how things happen. And then when you look back in retrospect, you're like, I don't even know how I landed this, like I didn't plan it with my mind, it was just there. So that's how we manifest in the new. And so if you're falling in and out of that state of knowing that, you know, it's everything is here in the now, and the now is the only thing that exists, then just be open to the moment, open to the now. Know that everything is here. Time as we know it does not exist in this linear fashion where there's present, past, future. There is only the now. Within the now, everything exists. All timelines sort of converge into the now. So when you're experiencing different timelines, past, present, future, you're kind of experiencing parts of the now, you know, parts of that whole. So just know that that whole is always there though. So if you can align with that whole, you know yourself as the whole, you will be able to create the whole. And the wind always confirms, doesn't it? The winds of freedom, as I called it in one of my previous videos, that the winds of freedom are here. Okay, so let's see if I have any more points about the Mother Earth spaceship fully landing. So again, then I was having this feeling or this conversation with myself. Do you want to make any changes? If you want to make any changes in your life, are you wondering how they will happen? No need to even make them anymore. You don't need to make the effort to make them. You know, just know they are here. That's it. Know they are here. We have entered this level now where it's really just, that's it, that's what it is. Like, you know it and it's there. So work with that. This is how humans will thrive now on the new earth, within this vibration of the new earth, is that they just know. For example, you know, you might have some goals for yourself. You don't like where you live, or regarding your job, your relationships, whatever it is. Just know it is here. You don't have to take so many action steps to make changes. All of them will follow on their own. It's like you will naturally be doing it once you align with that vibration. Once you just know what you are, what that desire is, you just feel it, you allow it to move through the body. Because what we do is, we have a desire, then we're like, no, it's too big, I can't have this, and then you suppress it, it goes away, you know, like you don't allow it to spread through the body. When you just bask in that desire without needing to know all the physical details, that's what creates. So that is how we create on the new earth. We're having some ascension symptoms. I've been having them for more than a month now, but you know, because we're having the Pleiadian gateway, maybe some of you are experiencing them now. Usually for me, like, you know, we have these lightning, like sometimes it's accompanied by lightning, these moments when I have these big revelations for some reason, because lightning is fire, you know, it relates to this new sudden breakthroughs. and I get headaches, like slight headaches when this happens. But that's because the neuro pathways are changing. The way that you think, you know, the way that energy moves through your body, when it's updated at a consciousness level, there's updates there, more galactic ones, then it penetrates, seeps into the physical as well. So that's why the body hurts a little bit. And, you know, again, practice at this time eating and drinking clean, drinking lots of water. That helps the body to absorb light and allow it to assimilate and turn into, you know, the new, essentially, in a way that doesn't hurt as much. We don't experience the ascension symptoms as being painful. So downloads are coming very easily then, and downloads these days don't even feel like, you know, coming from the head and then whatever, there's a process that happens. It's almost like there's this heart knowing, it's just there, you know, like you just know it's the frequency is activated when you are open. When you're open to the new, there's no more struggle. You're not wondering, is this true, is this not true, is this too big for me to do. No, it's when you're just open, you trust, it kind of is just there. It comes as a heart knowing, and just close your eyes, you allow it again to just be in the body and spread, and that's it. It's, you know, whenever that desire comes up again feel it, and it you will be inspired, you know, your actions. You don't have to do very much. These days what's also happening is that, you know, like I will for example be doing I can't think of examples for this right now, specific examples, I didn't prepare, but there'll be one task that I'll be doing, and it'll complete like 3 things at the same time. It's, you know, and I'll naturally find myself doing that. For example, I'll be writing something, and it's for my video, or it's like I'm writing courses these days for abundance, for manifesting abundance and manifesting new love, because we're doing it in new ways that are very easy, you know, and seamless. So watch out for those as well. If you're interested in that, you can subscribe to this channel, and I'll announce in a few weeks or whenever, you know, they're ready. The first one will be how to manifest your soulmate. So that has to do with the vibration of divine love, and, you know, like the twin soul frequency, whatever you want to call it. But I'll be doing this one thing, and so I'll be doing this one action, you know, that's supposedly for something else, and suddenly it'll lead to, like, I've already finished 2 other things, and I'm already in the flow, so it's coming seamlessly, you know, it's very inspired, but within that, like, so many things are complete. So this is what's happening now. This is how you don't have to put in as much effort, you know, into anything that you do. It's not about hard work, and hard work will bring you rewards and results. No, it's actually effortless. You know, it feels pleasurable and joyful, like you're playing, like you're co-creating whenever you're doing actions. And when you're just feeling, then you're relaxing, aren't you? That's a state of hardly any action, no action. You're just basking, you're walking, and you're just allowing feeling. And the rest of the time you're playing, you know. So it's again this seamless process. So I think I'm going to end this video here because I made it quite long, but I have more points for the Pleiadian Gateway. So I'll be uploading that video too. I'll record it now, and please stay tuned for that. If at all I'm guided, I might do a meditation as well for the Pleiadian Gateway to activate you know, these new codes that are coming through to properly assimilate them. So thank you so much for watching. Please check out the different kinds of services I have. Below this video you'll find the link to my website, and yeah, subscribe to this channel, and you know, like this video, leave your comments, let me know what you think.